Welcome to Spanox Antics. In this episode, we got new wheels going on the Volvo, and we go to Dakota Raceway for a practice session for Streetweekend with the trailer and the wheels. And while we're there, we actually bump into another YouTube channel and do a little bit of grudge racing. Come with us, check it out. Okay, well, I think it's time to talk about wheels. So as you know, or may not know, the Volvo has 17-inch banded steels. I had these done when I first got the car. And they're perfect. Street sleeper look, nice size, good offset, great wheel. Now, I've got Streetweekend coming up soon and a few little drag racing events, and I'd just like another set of tyres and wheels. So instead of making another set of 17-inch steels, I thought I'd go for a 16, have a bit more sidewall, and just have a bit more choice, basically. What I didn't realise is how hard it is to find wheels for Volvos. Alloy wheels for Volvos in specific sizes. Now, I haven't got a lot of space in there, so my offsets are crucial. But I found a company that make wheels at a fairly reasonable price, but they'll also machine the PCD and the offset you want. JR wheels come into play. JR wheels seem to be a fairly good brand. You don't have a lot of choice when it comes to custom PCDs and offsets for the offsets I was looking for. So it really only came down to 3 or 4 wheels and what they had in stock and what was on deal. So this is what I ended up with. Let's unbox it and take a look. Now I've only bought 2 for the backs. One day I might buy 2 for the front. Right now, the budget does not prevail, and it's really just for Streetweekend. Although I am doing a test for Streetweekend drive, use the trailer and drive out this weekend. If I can get these sorted in time, I will. Problem is, they need new studs, because you've got to use stupid little skinny weird bolts with these, which is a bit annoying. Didn't realise that, but hey ho. So let's have a look at these. Fancy cover on the front. Get all this jazz off. Pa-pow! There we go. So they've obviously machined these after they painted by the looks of it. Not really a big fan of the stupid fake split rims, but hey, as I said, didn't have a lot of choices. So they've machined the back to the offset I needed, supplied me with sprocket rings, and the PCD that was required. Just a shame they couldn't do them a bit bigger. Just chips on the black and stuff. But anyway, I'm probably gonna colour match these faces to something because they're a bit bling for me. But hey, they'll get me going. So these are a 16-inch. Now I wanted an 8J, which pretty much brings me back 8 to 8.5 back to where I was with the old wheels. 8.5 is quite hard to find with what I want. Without that full custom split rim, I had to go 8s, which is fine. They'll fit the tyres perfectly. So this is the combo I'll be running. Proxies, R888R proxies, and the JR, this is a Jr6 they call it. It's got a bit of a classic look to it, slightly. When it's painted in, coloured in, it'll look a little bit, you know, of that era. So I'm going to go and get these all mounted up. But before I do that, I just want to test my offset. I had to get these cut to a custom offset. Problem I had was, I didn't know the offset because my steels have been banded and that affects the offset. I only knew my back spacing. Luckily, tyre size calculator online. I'll put a link. Great little website. I managed to use that to find out that I'm running around a 10 or 11 offset. Shall we see if they fit? Let's take the steel off. and stick this wheel on and see if I manage to get my offsets right. Because it got a bit confusing. Because obviously this wheel had a specific offset, but once you band the wheel, you effectively change the offset, even though the back spacing's the same. Fingers crossed. I could probably measure it actually. Let's not bother, let's just bung it on. Oh, tell you what, I think that's about perfect. Nice big tuck. Bit of space. It looks like it's sat in the same place. So these are actually cut, I think, to an 11 offset, where these originally are a 32 offset, but then with the 1.5-inch banding brings them, I think, to 11, which is why it worked out. Sweet. Best get tyres on. Okay, so here's the wheels side by side. You can see them a bit better now. Pretty much the same profile, slightly wider on the 17s. Height-wise, exactly the same. I actually thought they were going to come up a bit shorter, but look how chunky they look. Pow! They look rude. Okay, so I've got my new wheels, just for the back end, with my Proxy R888R tyres. I'll probably get some for the front eventually, but I just needed something a little bit more grippy for the track, and it's nice to have a spare set. So, only slight problem is, that has a bit of a deeper section that the stud needs to go through. And the original studs are just a bit too short. Also, they're 7/16, I think, a bit of an awkward one. So what I've done is you can get a longer stud that fits the Volvo rear axle perfectly. The only thing is, it changes to metric. So I'll now be running 12 by 1.5 pitch, which is fine. So what I've had to do is, first of all, get a longer stud. It's actually too long, you're gonna have to cut it down a bit. But I need it to work with 2 different bolts, I found out once the wheels turned up. So for the steels, I'm just running a standard, open-ended, very basic looking nut. Boom. That has 20mm of depth in it. And for these wheels, I've got to run these things. They call them tuner nuts. I don't really like them. But I have no choice, because if you look in that wheel, that's how much hole space I've got. And they're literally designed for these nuts. And I didn't really realise that when I bought them, but hey. So I've got 2 sets of different nuts and long studs. So the plan is, knock these down to the correct length so that they have the maximum input there. You can't have them hanging out because the tool doesn't go in. So I think that's about 20mm I've measured on the verniers of insert. These are about 20mm, they're about the same. So by the time you take everything into consideration, I'm probably going to be knocking off about 15mm off the end of these, but it still will be way longer than the originals. And they're stronger. These are proper race ones. So yeah, can't run them until I do this. So I've got to pull the back end apart, cut these down, bang them in, then we can put these wheels on and go for a quick test drive. Because tomorrow is Dakota Dragway little drift and drag day, where I'll be doing some testing for Street Weekend. Test the trailer, test the wheels, and just basically a bit of a test, a bit of a rundown. Nothing too hectic, but cool. Right, let's crack on. So quite a bit of a difference there. Right. Studs are now all in. They're a little bit of a bugger to fit, just because I didn't want to take the axles out to press them in, so I had to put them in through the back, put a nut on, and then draw them through. Not the end of the world, just a bit time consuming. All cut down to the correct length. Right, let's get the new wheel bolts. As I said, these wheels take these stupid little things, which I'm not that keen on, but it is what it is. We are going back to Dakota Raceway for a bit of a test run day. We're testing the new trailer, going to maybe try out the new wheels. We have got that slightly unknown clutch combination in there, which I don't think is going to hold up, which is one of the reasons I'm going, and if that's the case, comp clutch 3 or 4 is going to go in. But it's a good opportunity to test everything. It's only about an hour and a half from me, so it's about 7:30 in the morning. Looks like a beautiful day, so I'm going to jump in the car and get up there. Let's go. Well, we made it. Even better, the trailer made it. It towed absolutely sweet as a nut. Well happy with that. So yeah, we made it, trailer made it, we all made it. So time to get ready for the first session. First session, standard wheels, take it easy. See if the clutch survives. And we'll go from there. Let's go. Look at this little beauty. Right, well, the motorbikes have been, so it's our turn next. Just had a chat to the guys with the Mini and the hot rod. It's a lovely sunny day. First run. Fingers crossed this clutch holds or my whole day is over. Yeah. A little bit apprehensive about this one. Oh well. Anyone want to find out? First run down, smoked the tyres ridiculously. Whew. Oh well, let's try again. Okay, second run, chopped a Porsche at the lights, who then zoomed past me. But we had first race, I managed to hook a bit and got 13.7, 101 over the finish line. Can definitely hook harder. Second one, spun the tyres, ran a 14.3 again. So if I can keep the tyres on the ground, we're in the 13s again, so I'm happy with that. Apparently the limited slip seems to be a little bit more biased to one side than the other by the sounds of it, but we'll see how we get on with the next one. We've got one more race and then I'm going to put slicks on later. Okay, so that is the first half of the day done. It's lunchtime. Time to change these wheels. So been running consistent 13 and 6s, 13 7s. Got the takeoff under control, stop the tyre spinning, but really feathering it. So let's slap these tyres on and see if it makes any difference.
I'm here with a fellow YouTuber.
What's on? Still on here from Spinal Santics. How we doing?
We are going to have a YouTube grudge match. It's happening. So this is his Volvo, real cool.
It's hard to go racing.
Okay, well that was a successful day at the track. Car just stopped in front of me. So after lunch, went out on the slicks, as you saw me putting them on. Did a couple of grudge races with another YouTube channel guy. He'll be putting that on his channel. I'll put a link in below. So otherwise successful, basically. I managed to get 13 5s, pretty much on the nose, well exactly on the nose, and consistently. I was running 101 across the finish line every single time. Bomb, 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 bomb. I don't know how many runs I've got, I'm going to go through it all later, but yeah, consistency was really good, which is what I was kind of looking for from the day. The clutch held out, so that leaves me with a conundrum. Do I put the race clutch in or stay with the standard one? I don't know. Trailer runs an absolute treat on the way home, and I didn't break the car. So yeah, good day. Well, hope you enjoyed that video. Good to see the Volvo is picking up a bit more speed. Big shout out to the guys at JB Speed and Fab who let me nick a little bit of their footage. Check their YouTube channel out, there's a link below. They build some cool stuff, and we'll definitely be racing again. And next time, I'm gonna have him. It's coming, don't you worry. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode coming up is hill climbing. Coming up soon. Take it easy. Ciao.